Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about earn 10% or more annually with the stock market because you have to have assets. And start your own business, you need to lock in because anybody can start their own business, which is another asset, but you're going to have to work hard. A lot of people don't want to put in the effort, but we're going to talk about this and so much more with investment opportunities because that is the play this year, or shall I say next year, because this year is, buy a home if you haven't already. And well, so I'll have to start over. I'm just kidding. I won't. Just that little interruption. But stop struggling now. Gear, check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, thank you so much for being here. And please share the videos. And if you haven't shared the videos yet, just make sure you do from now on. It's okay. You never know who's looking for extra information that can help them. And they can come here into the Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel podcast page. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. That's what we talk about here on Mondays. You never know, and I need your input as well. But as you know, in the chat room, I've already put it down. You want 10% off from coffee purchases, premium blends, whole bean, fine ground, drip ground, and premium blends from across the world. Peru, Honduras, Indonesia, Africa, Central America, other locations. Well, you need to get in Beachfront Java from our own Professor Auntie Val and family, beachfrontjava.com. After you've made your first order, every order thereafter is 10% off. For life. That's right, for life. You heard me, ladies and gentlemen. That is not a misspeak. That is not a typo in the chat room. You can go to Beachfront Java, but I humbly request that you order and then you let her know SSN Nation, SSN Lifestyle, SSN Family, or send an email. So then that way for sure you'll get 10% off. Go over there and show some love. All right, let's see who's in the house tonight. It looks like Professor is here, a.k.a. Professor Auntie Val is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to your name. And she brings her tagline, good evening, fam, with the heart, with the strength, with the support, and the cup of Java, the Beachfront Java. And she says, sorry, no notification from me. Oh my, she's on the bad list. So it looks like she's like me. I don't even get notifications. I started getting some again like a month or two back, and all of a sudden, no notifications ever again. It's ridiculous. But nonetheless, hopefully you guys are signing up with the email list down below at the bottom of the box, down below the video, or down below the audio. In the description box at the very bottom, you'll see where you can sign up for a newsletter is what I call it. But basically, I only send out messages whenever I upload new videos or replays of videos, but that's what it's used for. So please go sign up. Now, Professor Auntie Val, thank you so much for being here again in the Money Making Monday live stream. And she says, shows the heart. Victor Marrero is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon as well next to his name. I humbly appreciate that. Two icons in the house. Victor Marrero about to retire, making another lifetime move. And I'll talk about that in a second, but he brings his tagline, hello all, let's do this. That's what we're going to be doing, ladies and gentlemen. And what I mean by lifetime, you know, when you're 0 to 18, you're going to school. Hopefully you finish. Then after that, that's one lifetime. Then you said, hey, I'm out here in the free world. I'm going to go get a job, go get a trade, or go to college. And then you get college, and then you get a job, and then you work for 20 years or thereabouts. That's your second lifetime. And then you have a third and a fourth lifetime, because between your second and third, that's another lifetime. And then when you retire, that's a whole nother lifetime. And Victor Morel's about to hit that retirement zone. And he's done everything that he needs to do in each set of his lifetimes. And he's prepared himself, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you can do it very well. Passive income has to be in the playbook. Stock market investment has to be in the playbook. Investments, period, have to be in the playbook. All right, that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. We help you. No barriers to entry, because this is the no guru zone. We're not selling courses here. So if you have any questions, just hit them down there in the chat. We have entrepreneurs, we have investors, we have people that know a lot about finance, starting businesses. So you can ask questions here and we can help you. All right. Yahweh J, another investor, is in the house. Entrepreneur, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he too has the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. And shout out to our friends in Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, in the Caribbean. It looks like there's something called Franklin right now, tropical storm, moving towards the island of Hispaniola, which is Haiti, Dominican Republic, in case you guys do not know out there. And that's the home of the best pre-construction projects going on in the world for the ordinary citizens, because they're not costing, you know, $500, $600, $800, $1 million. You can get some things as low as $50,000 in the Dominican Republic, and especially in Punta, Cana, Dominican Republic area. So I just want to say, Yahweh J, he's taken part of the Punta Cana lifestyle under his investment options, along with Victor Morero and along with myself. So once again, Yahweh J says he received notification and saw the trailer. So he's the first person. So I want to thank you so much for that. All right. Once again, smash the like button when you show up. And if you like what I'm talking about, or we are talking about during the course of this live stream, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. That would be greatly appreciated. All right, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to bring this up straight away. You want to get your 10% off? Well, just think about this. A month ago, all year long until about 3 weeks ago, you could have been earning 11% on your money from this dividend stock. You see it on the screen, JP Morgan Equity Premium Income Fund. That's called JEPI. For everybody that's on podcast, that's J as in Jordan, E as in Eric, P as in Paul, I as in India. And it's presently $54.61. That's pretty wild. And presently, because the price has went up, the dividend yield goes down. And you can see it's 10.20%. In case you don't know who JP Morgan is, I find that very hard to believe, but you might have heard of the brand Chase. And if you haven't heard of that, then you must have had to be under a rock over the last 10 to 20 years. Simply as that, because they're everywhere. All right. They have their hands in a lot of cookie jars. And this is one of them. They have an ETF. You want 10% on a very, very good company, stocks. They're part of the Fed system. So it's very good, in my opinion. 10.2. What if inflation cools, as you see here, under 3%, 4%? You'll love 10%, wouldn't you? Now, also, you can go to JEPQ. That's also over 10% by JP Morgan. So take your pick on those two. So start it off real fast. All right. That makes it nice and simple. Now, you know what's very funny? I'm going to talk about this today, and look at this article that came up for some reason, it's from March 4th. Where is it? For stock dividends of 9% to 11%. That's what these ETF managers are aiming for with an AI added strategy. We don't need AI. If you've been a part of Stop Struggling Now channel, you would have seen videos, and on every almost live stream, we've talked about well more than 10% dividend stocks. So I don't know what this is about, but it was in March. So again, you have people on Market Watch. I'm going to go to this. I want to see some of these ETFs that they're talking about. It's a funny thing. Look at this. They're talking about JP Morgan. Straight off the bat. Look at this. JP Morgan. We've been talking about JP for, I don't know, Victor Marrero might be able to tell us, maybe 2 years, year and a half. It just came out. It was like a year and a half ago or something. These guys are talking about it in 2023. A year and a half ago, though, any money you put in then would have been almost 11.5, 11.7. Huge difference. 1.5 to 1.7, even 1 point, it was 12% for a day or two or whatever. But generally, it was ranging between 11.5% to 11.7%. And JEPQ was over 12% dividends for any money that you put in at that time. So again, I'm not part of the Market Watch, so I can't read this article. But nonetheless, I just thought it was very interesting that they are even talking about it. And here we've been talking about it for a while. And now when it's down to 10.2, they talk about it. But they apparently talked about it in March as well, when it was probably in the 11% range. So that is very, very nice. So I just want to give you guys an idea that you are not being steered astray. All right. This is 89% of the stock market. Stock market is owned by 10% of the wealthiest. I have bad news for you as well. 1% of the wealthiest own 50% of the wealth in America. Ariam Kaye, another investor. In fact, not only is he an investor, he holds the record, ladies and gentlemen. He has 5 pre-construction project purchases, and that's the record. We have 3, 4, or 5. I've never counted. I think it's 4 or 5 people, actually, because I know there's 3, 4, because Ariam Kaye would be 4. So there's probably 5 people that have 4 projects that they invested in. He is the only one that has 5. So we're going to welcome him to the Emerging Millionaire Club, because after they are all built, they're going to be worth well more than $1 billion in assets. And he will be producing more than likely over $100,000 per year of passive income, which means you times it by 10, that's $1 million. So it's the Emerging Millionaire Club. Congratulations on that, Ariam Kaye. He's here, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with it. Tagline: good evening, SSN Nation and family. Good evening to you, Ariam Kaye. I don't know if you're in the DR, but hopefully you're going to be safe over the next 2 or 3 days when that Franklin rolls. I hope it doesn't go through the island. Maybe it'll make a left turn or a right turn, but then if it goes right, I hope it doesn't hit Puerto Rico. We don't need it to go to Puerto Rico, so it has to go left. All right? That's all I know. It's got to go left. So hopefully that happens, and hopefully you and your family be safe if you're there. Now, he says, good evening, SSN Nation and family. Again, it's a duel, but thank you so much. And again, hopefully you and your family is going to be safe. So that's the stock market. But here's the thing. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and so I was just saying, I was like, he was telling me about Fundrise. And I was like, just so you guys, I'll just show you what Fundrise is. It's a REIT. All right. They have different funds, and they might be up to 10 by now. But what they do is they open a fund whenever they want to buy property. And so then they tell you, give them $500, give them $1,000, give them whatever, 50,000, 150,000, whatever the case may be. But I just wanted to show you something, because the guy, he started talking to me about Fundrise, and I was like, why would you give your money to Fundrise? I said, I don't understand. I don't get it. And so he says, I didn't ask him what the percentage was, but I said, yeah, but Fundrise only gives you like 5%. I said, why would you do that? You can easily just go to JEPI and have over 10%, 11% if JEPQ, one of those might be 11%. So I was like, that's JP Morgan. And your funds are locked when you invest with them. So let me see if they even talk about it. I don't, they used to have a different platform because they would tell you, they would give you like 5%. So I was like, that's kind of crazy. And your money's locked too. I don't think you can redeem. Maybe somebody here might be in Fundrise, but I don't think if you gave them $100,000 and then said, hey man, I'm having a little problems, I can withdraw. I can withdraw like 30 G's or something. I don't think that's a thing. And so I said, I don't think you can withdraw. I said, but if you withdraw, if you had JEPI or JEPQ just for starters, you would at least be liquid. You can always sell your shares. And then in 24 to 48 hours, it would be in your account. So I didn't understand why Fundrise would be a thing. Now, there is the second part, which I don't know for sure, because I think Fundrise does the, look at this right here. So here it is, Fundrise, annual returns of clients. So I don't know what this is because they never said that they gave out like 22%, but let's say it is. I don't know because again, these people are doing crazy stuff. Maybe they're talking about the property, the asset went up 20%. I don't know if they're giving out dividends of 22%. They're kind of like a REIT. They're not like that strong. But anyhow, all I'm saying is this. So when I told him about this, I said, hey man, what are you looking at? He says, oh yeah, it's about 5 or 6%. I said, yeah, that's what I thought. So then I said, man, just go to AGNC. So he's like, no, I've never heard of that. I said, you don't have to study this stuff. Just go get AGNC. So to my surprise, it was at 15%. I haven't seen AGNC this high and I don't even know when. In fact, I don't even think I've ever seen it over 15%. So I was in shock. I was like, oh, this is even better than I thought. So then I was thinking 3 times the amount that you can earn by putting money in, and it's liquid and you get paid every month because they give dividends every month, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know. I know a lot of you guys already know about this, but 15% is pretty damn serious. All right. Now, the question, though, is if the Federal Reserve's increase interest rates, will these REITs still be able to give you this dividend yield, or will they have to reduce their dividend? So if they reduce their dividend to half, that would bring it down to 7%, right? So you have to keep tabs on this, so to speak, to make sure that they're not going to make an announcement that they're going to reduce their interest rate. If they're able to hold up right now, then clearly when they start reducing the interest rate, the federal funds rate, then they're going to be fine. But whatever money you put in right now could be earning 15%. That is hefty as hell. All right. So I just had to say that. You guys already know about it, but who knew it was 15.14 right now? This is incredible. All right. So then I said, well, let's go see ORC, one of my favorites. I said, I was just giving you that one. This is a little more riskier, of course. And then I looked at this and I saw, oh my God, 20%. Holy smokes. This is incredible as well. I'm sitting there like, man, 20%, 15 and 20%. So let me give you guys what I told him as an example. I said, here's the difference. If you signed up with Fundrise and they give you 5%, you gave them $100,000. You get $5,000 a year. In 3 years, you have $15,000. But AGNC would have been $15,000 a year, and you would have 45 grand at the end of the year. But actually, you're going to have more because you're not going to take your money out. You're going to reinvest it. So now you done added an additional 15 grand, but you're compounding every month because you're rebuying parts of the dividends every month. So actually, he's going to be over 50,000 in 3 years versus 15 if you do Fundrise, and your money's locked with Fundrise. So again, I was shocked to find this 20% on ORC. This is just incredible, ladies and gentlemen. So this is dividend investing at its finest. And this is also the perfect storm because it's going to break out into, if they can hold off while the interest rates are going up, then that means, look at this, ARR, another, these are all high risk, 20.73%. All right. This is incredible when you think about it. All right. Incredible. So I just wanted to bring these up because a lot of people are still sleeping. Now, keep in mind, these are real estate investment trusts for the most part. You're going to have to make sure you have alerts, because here's what happened a few weeks ago. One of the favorites, IEP, they had to reduce their dividend. It was like 30% because there's been shorts. So they reduced it, but by reducing it, I want to find out, is it 15% now? Is it 12% now? Look at this. I don't even know if this is correct because they were talking about reducing it. But if they've reduced it and it's still producing 19.25, you have to do your own due diligence on this one. All right? Because it's being shorted right now. And it's taken a beating. But here's the weirdest part. Because this IEP invests in energy, automotive, food packaging, metals, real estate, home fashion. So it's not like it's a real estate investment trust. He's actually in all different type of businesses and sectors. So that's why this is very, very interesting. People are like, oh, no, it's just smoke and mirrors. We're going to short it. Well, they've been successful on shorting it because the 52-week high is 55. The 52-week low is 18. And here it is at 20. So they've been very, very successful, and people believe that it's not what it's supposed to be. It must be leveraged, whatever the case may be. But just keep in mind, there was talk that they're going to, reduce their dividend, the dollar amount that they're going to pay, and the dividends, they were talking about reducing it. But it was at 30, just so you know, 30%, which was outrageous, unsustainable, because remember, that's part of your profits. So they are now at 19, but make sure this is the reduced number. All right. Because this would be one hell of a deal as well, just in case you don't understand that. So again, ladies and gentlemen, that just gets you right where you need to be, because you can't get any better. If you can get 15%, why be greedy? If you can get 18, 17%, why be greedy? If you get 20, that's off the charts. That's even unreal. And that puts you right where you will outpace inflation of the future, and your money's returning. You're almost doubling your money every 3-4 years. That's how crazy this is. Because that money that your dividends are reinvested on, that's free money that you haven't even accounted for yet. It adds up quick. All you have to do is do a calculator. All right, here we go. Victor Morrell says inception date, May 20. There we go. May 2020, performance like 13.27 in 3 years, 11.48%. Dividend yield, there we go, 10.22 right now. I don't think you can beat these stats that easy. No, Victor Morrell, you're exactly right. That's why I had to bring it up, because when somebody asked me, hey, what about Fundrise? I was like, what about JP? I was like, it's JP Morgan. To me, it's just a no-brainer. It's an ETF. You can have Fidelity, you can have Schwab, you can have Robinhood, you can have Webull. In case you haven't received your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull, please use the links down below in the description box. That would be greatly appreciated. Get your free shares if you haven't. Webull, Robinhood. So I said Robinhood, Webull, and he goes, Robinhood? He's like, no, man, I don't. I said, yeah, Robinhood was doing some shady stuff. I was just giving an example. You can use any app that you can buy the stocks, Cash App, for Christ's sakes, if you wanted to. But all I'm saying is get a brokerage account, and whether it's Fidelity, Schwab, Webull, doesn't matter. Robinhood, I don't care. But you need to buy these instead of give your money to Fundrise. That's all I'm saying, because you know what you're having when you put your money in on the dividend stocks, right? Stock market beginners, stock market investing beginners, welcome to the SSN Nation. It's not that hard. So then he says, hey, I got to study. I said, study? Well, here's the thing. You might have to study with Fundrise because you got to understand what you are investing in. But with dividend funds, you just open a brokerage account, buy the share, and there's nothing to study. The only thing you're going to be studying is hitting that reinvestment button. That's it. That's all you're going to be doing, because that 12 or 15 or 19 or 20% or 10%, annual return is coming in on the money that you invested right then and there because you bought it at that particular price. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, it does matter when you buy and how much you put in, because if stock rises, dividend goes down. So if you invest later, then your return on that later money you put in would be less. Just keep it in mind. Okay. We talked about this on Friday as well. Thank you very much, Victor Marrero. You can't beat those, man. That's safe too. Like I said, they're a Fed bank. So for me, I love it. All right. Anybody see the challenge? Most of you already know here because we have a few. In fact, we have quite a few people who have invested in Punta Cana. It's not about investing in Punta Cana or Dominican Republic at this point. What this is about is real estate investing. We're going to talk about it here, but I just want to put this in your ear right now. Real estate investing, we are trying to find, or I am trying to find, the best residential real estate investment in the world. So you cannot come with simple stuff like we have I'll use the beaches with everybody when they go to islands or when they go to Miami, where they go to Hawaii, wherever California, it doesn't matter, Mexico. First things everybody think in those type of places is, okay, I'm going to be in LA or in Laguna, let's say. And they're like, okay, Oceanside, am I going to have a view of the beach? You know, it doesn't really matter about, and it doesn't matter about the beach. Okay. That's not really a main thing. What is the main thing is what's not going to qualify for the best residential real estate is you can't just say, hey, you know what? We have condos, we have villas. All we have in our complex is a clubhouse, a pool, and a restaurant and a basketball court. That's not going to cut it for the best in the world for residential properties. We need to see more than just that. We need to see something like basketball courts, soccer fields, equestrian centers, 18-hole golf courses, shopping malls, something, right? We need to see something. Wellness centers, that means spas, yogas, centers, and fitness. That would be nice, right? Man-made beaches, oh, that's even better. Man-made parks, that's cool too. We have a train station or the subway that has an interchange like at TRX at your property where you can catch the train. You don't even need a car now. You can catch the train and go anywhere in Indonesia or Malaysia, I should say in this case, because it's Kuala Lumpur. So all I'm saying is it just can't be a simple condo or villa project with like 4 or 5 amenities. That's not going to create the best. So I've been looking for the best, ladies and gentlemen. I'm asking you guys, please, let's find the best. I want to hear about it. It can be pre-construction. It doesn't actually have to be made already, but there's certain characteristics, right? Like Ellen Icon, that thing is ridiculous as well in Greece. It's on the water. It has its own public beach. Then the place in the villas. If you live in the villa section, you are on the beach. If you live in the Marina Towers, not only are you at the marina where the 400 boat slip is, but you also are on the beach. And then you have a whole nother city with shopping, business. That's right. That's kind of cool. And again, they have the trail or subway coming to their property, which is pretty cool. And yes, they have the basketball courts and all this stuff, right? Soccer fields and all this, parks with lakes in it and all this kind of stuff. It's awesome. Wellness centers, everything that you would want, right? So think about it. And then we bring ourselves to Larimar City, which was the latest one I did, because that 3-kilometer boardwalk that they're going to do, there is no other place in the world that I've been able to find that's going to have this. Man-made beaches, wellness centers, fitness centers, restaurant, bars, pubs, shops, stores all along the boardwalk. I mean, sports, water sports, because they're making man-made beaches, man-made pools, of course, and several other things that's going to be on this 3-kilometer boardwalk. And again, most of you have been on beaches. But how many places have you ever been on a beach where you can forget the 3 kilometers? Let's just go with a half a mile. How many places have you been where there's a half a mile and there are multiple pools, restaurants, cabanas, loungers, and a shopping center? So the closest thing I can think of, which isn't even a half a mile, is Venice Beach, where there's actually a beach, but there's nothing on the beach, but there's, just lined up where there's shops, there's restaurants, there's, little stores and things like that. But how about if you walked out there, instead of the ocean, you have beach clubs, which is at Larimar, and you overlook the city, which is cool. And on the horizon, you can see the water. But now you have your own beach club, man-made beaches, pools, restaurant, bars, all that, all lined up, and you're not done. If you want to go play golf, you got an 18-hole golf course. So again, the deal, though, is Ellen Icon. The condos at Ellen Icon are very nice, but they're $600,000 at the marina and up. And of course, they are large. I mean, they're like 1,000, 1,100 square feet for like a 2-bedroom, I think it was. So those are nice for the condos. But the thing is, here's the kicker. The cost. They are at $32,000 per square meter. And some of they're ranging from $29,000 per square meter to $32,000 per square meter. All right. This is insane. So you can start doing 29,000 times 1,000 for 1,000 meters. I'm just saying that'd be 10,000 meters, 10,000 square feet though. But all I'm saying is you do 100 meters. This starts getting pricey. All right. 100 meters. Starts getting real pricey. 100 square meters, I should say, not 100 meters, 100 square meters. All right. So we're at 1,100 square feet. That's Ellen Icon. That's even more than New York City per square foot prices, and Greece of all places. Over in Kuala Lumpur, that place, I don't know the square footage, but it's also like 10 to 15,000 per square meter, somewhere in that ballpark. So when somebody tells you 1,500, 2,000 square meters, and they could possibly have one of the best real estate investment projects in the world, you should listen. All right. That's all I'm going to say. So get on board with that. Check out the latest video. It's the challenge. And I'm challenging all of you who watches this now or in replay, put it down in the box. If you can find a project that's worthy, please let me know about it. Because I want to know, where in the world can I get something that has like 70 acres is TRX Exchange? Give you an idea, right? The one in Greece, Ellen Icon, that's more than that. It's like 1,500 acres. That's crazy. That's Central Park, New York, is a little bit smaller than that or larger. I can't remember if it's 1,600 acres or if it's 1,500 acres, but they're in the same ballpark. The Dominican Republic is 647 acres. So that is half of Ellen Icon, but even Ellen Icon does not have 3 kilometers of man-made pools and man-made beaches and restaurant, bars, pubs, and all that stuff. They have some cool stuff like their shopping center, but they don't have that. In fact, there's no place in the world that I can find a duplication of this. Nobody's attempted this, as far as I can tell. I went down to Ecuador. Ecuador has these large pools, but they're at properties, but they did not make them all run down the beach. They just made it at their property, had this, like, there's one property that has like 100. It seems like, I don't know the measurements, but it seems like it's about 50 to 75 yards long by probably 30 to 40 yards wide. It's huge in Ecuador. On the beach, they put a pool, though. It's really a huge pool, but that's it. They don't have it lined up for like a half a mile, or anything like that. It's all in one project. So I still haven't found anything like it. So let me know what you guys are talking about out here. Let me know down below. Put it down in the comments, the podcast, everybody. Let me know. We're still searching. So far, I've only come up with 3. It's very hard. All right. Very hard. All right. Now let's get to start your own business. Quit playing around, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about this on every Money Making Monday live stream. You have to start your own business. You have no choice. The reason why you have no choice is because you don't know how much you're going to be making down the line. So you're going to have what you want to call a side hustle, your own business. Get to it. Now is the time. While everything is nice and slow, while people are having a hard time, now's the time to start a business. And I always say the easiest one you can always do is Florida, because you have the sunbiz.org that you can do it as we're talking right now. Which is so funny. Cost you $125 to get your LLC. You can search to make sure nobody else has your name. Then you can go order it. But again, you guys know I'm an Opus Virtual Office fan. Opus Virtual Office is because if you work out of your home, you want to actually have a professional office somewhere else. So Opus Virtual Office gives you a commercial address, a business phone number, a business fax number, and you're on 411. That's right. So now when you start doing your sunbiz.org, let's say you did the Florida business, you already have an address. That's what you're going to put in. They get your mail. They have somebody that answers the phone live under your business name. And so then if you want it transferred to you or a number, they'll say, hold on, we'll transfer you. And they transfer it to your cell phone, your house phone, if you have one, your other business line, whatever the case may be. Or if you say send it to voicemail, they'll send it to voicemail. Then the voicemail message is transcribed and emailed to you. Or you can call in to check your voicemail as well. But that's included. And a business fax number is included as well, which transfers to transcription of that as well. So once again, is that worth $99 per month, which is a tax write-off because you are now in business? I think it's worthwhile. That saves you from having to have a business phone number. Somebody's answering the phone professionally. And the last little bonus, they report to your business credit profile. How about that? That's awesome. So now your business credit is getting a boost along the way. Win, win, win. Opus Virtual Office down below in the description box. Go sign up, ladies and gentlemen, and use the code. The promo code YG, the letters Y, G as in George, the number 1, and get yourself, the admin fee is going to be waived. We got you a little bit, so you don't have to pay the admin fee. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Start your own business. I was hoping that we were going to hear from the Seamless Genius tonight because we were going to talk about this red light. I still don't know the science behind it. There is some science, but it seems weird. I've seen different things, but I did receive a picture, and it looks like people sit, almost like it looks like a little scale. And they sit down in chairs, they put their feet on this little scale, and it supposedly starts doing some healing. Now, I know what it stands for, and it could work. I just don't know if they're replicating the Earth magnetic systems and how it goes for the human body. That we'll have to check out. So I thought I was going to be able to talk about that tonight, but we might have to do it on Wednesday night live stream at 8:50 p.m. where Wednesday nights only members with the icon can be in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We've been talking here for only about 30 to 45 minutes. So I want to make sure that you all smash that like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. And since this is the SSN Academy, the SSN University, the no guru zone, the no cost of entry zone, the no barriers to entry zone, you can always ask questions here. I'm just saying, get it while it's hot, because we have a lot of great people here tonight and always on the live streams. That's what we asked for. Now, because I've been rolling for about 45 minutes, it's time for one of those commercial breaks. We'll call it that. All right. Oh, I forgot something. Okay. So I'm just going to play this video. Let me go to, I'm going to do, where's Vincennes at? Let's go over there. Well, I can't find it. Blast from the past. Real estate. Oh, I'm on Instagram or social media, and all of a sudden I saw some dude, never heard of him, James Bosco, I think, something like that. But I see all these gurus. They're going to Tampa, Florida. They're charging people to go to Tampa, Florida to talk about land flipping. I was like, is this a joke? Seriously? Land flipping? People are going to go, and the guy is saying, hey, anybody can do this. Yes, he's true. It's true what he's saying. But I thought it was very interesting because land flipping, there's two ways it goes. If interest rates go up, home prices stagnate or go down, land goes down. So in theory, right now, buying land could be pretty cheap. I haven't checked into it. But when home prices go up, land prices go up. It's that simple. There's no market that you can create for land that's sitting there. All right. So I find it very interesting that these guys are now going around with all these gurus, some that you have seen. I saw this guy was on there. Some of you guys might know who I'm talking about. And there's some other, I was like, wait, what does this guy know about land? I'm going to show you guys something. So you guys know I know a little bit about land. So I figured, why not play this one while I'm thinking about it?
Land. There's no better time to buy than now, and no easier way to buy it than at the big public land auction coming to a city near you. You bid, you win, you're a landowner.
We were maybe $3,000 less than what we expected to pay, so we're very happy. Very happy.
Very. We got a great deal for 2.5 acres of land.
Hundreds of parcels must be sold, from city lots to 10, 20, even 100-acre parcels. Now you can get clear titled land at auction prices. Call to register now to reserve your seat. It's free, and you get the complete auction catalog. You don't need to be a real estate expert to bid.
This is my first time, and it was so easy.
I love to work with them, and this is the first time I'm being here, but I'm planning to come back more and more and buy more properties.
Check out the properties you like. Look at maps online and at the auction. Do your homework, then attend the auction and win.
Great property. It was 5 acres, and I'm planning to do a lot with it, but I want to buy more properties now. That's why I'm here.
Land auction buying power means no middleman, no real estate commissions, and it's an auction, so you set the price.
I walked in and it was super simple.
You can get property 20%, 30% below retail value if you actually went there.
Down payments as low as $100, and Land Auction has easy financing available right at the auction.
Land auction financing was no problem whatsoever, sailed right through the process.
I'm not going to recommend land auction to anybody because then I'm going to give all the good deals away.
Visit landauction.com to see our auction calendar. Get ready to reserve your seat and come to the public land auction right in your city. It's free. It's fun. It's like nothing else.
Landauction.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. We've done a little land stuff in the past. We know how it works. But again, this is no qualifying, no credit check, no barriers to entry, and the no guru zone. So you can actually buy land. This is true. Several different ways. But you can always go to discountlots.com, put money down, make monthly payments, control the land. You don't need help with that, do you? I don't think so. You don't need to pay anybody either. Or you can also go to Landmodo, Land Modo, Modo. They do the same thing. Or you can do another tried and true effort, such as tax liens. And you best believe a lot of people won't be paying their taxes in states like Florida. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a thing. So they're going to have to auction off their tax lien, but you're going to have to wait 2 to 3 years. I think in Florida it's 2 years before you can actually, they have 2 years to redeem. But if somebody owes seven grand in taxes or 15 grand in taxes, the odds of them redeeming is pretty slim if they didn't pay it already. So you're holding the note, so to speak. At the end of those 2 years, you get the property. It could be a land, it could be a home, it could be a lot of different things. Land is easier, though. All I'm saying, because that'll be your deed that you can get is a lot easier. Because generally nobody's going to live on it. That's the other thing, right? Now, that's the easiest way. Now, if you want to go to, I actually pulled it up because it kept coming up on my feed, landflipping.com, but it ends up being Land Profit Generator. Grab your free 20-minute consultation. I don't think this is them, because I thought the guy's name was Bosco or something. Yeah, these are somebody different. So they have landflipping.com, so it looks like somebody different. I don't see that guy Bosco. I think the last name was Bosco. But apparently there's a lot of people out here talking land flipping. Courses, all this stuff. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it really is not that hard. Landauction.com does not exist any longer. My suspicions is that is who Discount Lots is. I went to their auctions for 4 or 5 years, and the land that's at Discount Lots that they're doing, where you can put down $200, $300 and take over payments, it's land that they used to have. So that's why I think there's some coordination between them. One goes out of business, they open up another business under a different name, and instead of going out to auctions, which that was a traveling show, they said, we don't need that anymore. We can just use the internet. So again, Discount Lots, you control it. You have the lots and you have a deed. If they're just like land auction, even if you're making payments, they'll deed it to you, but you'll have you won't own it on the other side of the fence because you have an IOU. So it's backed. So if you default, they get it back. That's all it is, right? So all I'm saying is that's your easiest way in. Discountlots.com, landmodo. Okay, here, I'll do this too, just so everybody can understand how simple this is. There's a lot of people now. See, there's something different now that wasn't so prevalent back 20 years ago. What's prevalent now is tiny homes and different water systems, different ways, for electricity, solar. You can do solar roofs now using shingles. You can get they're more efficient. The panels, you don't need as many panels. Things have changed over 20 years, right? So now you can actually buy land and be off the grid almost, as long as you have water and electricity coming to it or not. You need water, though, for sure. That would be beneficial. It'd be nice if you had electricity, but you can get around that as well. So that's the thing. So land could be more valuable than it used to be from a live-on standpoint, or what some people have done, they've got this land. In fact, let me show something on the screen. Let me pop this up. Okay, I'm on that flipping guys, this coaching thing. No, we're on Discount Lots. Okay. Land and lots, vacant, first name. Okay, here we go. Look, Texas, Florida, Arizona, California. Now, California probably going to have a lot in Riverside County or by Palm Springs, Palm Desert, whatever. San Bernardino County, that used to be their thing. Still is probably. You have Florida over here, but where's it going to be? Central Florida? More than likely. Texas, well, probably northwest Texas, right? So we'll do this. There's some people doing their testimonials. Let's go to Florida because there's so much land in Florida, right? And then in Florida, you have challenges because you have to know if it's in a flood zone. You have to know if there's electricity, and all that is something you need to know anyhow. The water and electricity coming to the lot, you need to know. So look at this. All over Florida, there's land. This is no shocker as taxes increase. So your holding cost every month goes up. But if you want to start a business, let's see. Let me find something let's see here. We don't have anything in South, of course, because properties get starting to escalate. Let's see. Ocala 7-4. Huh. 2. Let's see. That's by Sarasota. I don't know what that could be. Okay, I'm just gonna pick something random. I don't know where it is, but we'll pick something random. All right, here we go. No idea. See, it's gonna be in the middle of everywhere. Florida has so much land, it's ridiculous. Here goes something in Arcadia, but it's only 1/10 of an acre. 360. Oh, this is industrial business. $369 a month. DeSoto, Florida. I don't know where that is. Sarasota, Florida. Interesting. Oh, the water's nearby. Interesting. 0.27 acre lot. Northport. Okay, we know where Northport is. That's south of Sarasota. All right. A little bit south. But 0.27 acres, nice size. 0.10 acres, okay, whatever. But it's not whatever when it's an industrial district. And $1 down, no credit check or formal underwriting process, $369 a month. It's going to end up being if you pay it in full. So this just gives you an idea. Property tour. Oh, this is a little more heavy industrial district. So if you have some sort of, let's see, parcel M2, heavy industrial activities, accommodate manufacturing enterprises that might produce some unavoidable, undesirable effects. Education facilities, vocational technical trade schools. Hey, now you're talking. Get some of that money from the government. Public services and facilities. Now we're talking. So maybe that 0.10 is good for somebody. All I'm saying is there's opportunity here, ladies and gentlemen. You can start your own business. You can do whatever you want to do. Now, that 0.27, all right, that's not that big either. So I just chose those areas just so everybody can see what it looks like. Nothing major there. Now, why aren't we getting back to the screens at hand? Slowing down a little bit. I'll pick somewhere else. I'll get out of Florida. We'll go to, it's just that when we pick Arizona and Texas and places like that, we know it's probably going to be desert. All right. Oh, look at here. Hawthorne, Florida, another 10th acre, 10th of an acre. It's almost like a city lot. Old Town, Hawthorne. I don't know where none of these. Fort McCoy. Plenty of lots. Environmentally sensitive area. Okay, that's not cool. Zoned residential, single family, 0.17, Flora Home, Florida, wherever that is. Again, all this is like, you're going to have to use your imagination. All right. So think about that. I'm going to go over, well, let's see here. Let me go back here. We'll stay on here for a second because this, I'll go to, wow, hold on. Let's see here. Desert areas. I might have a, oh, that's not where I want to go. Search for land. Let's go for search for land. Let's go over to, I didn't really want to go to Cali, but let's just see where we can go. Arizona. I know it's going to be desert. That's pretty much what Arizona is, right? Or it's going to be up in the mountains. Let's see. So we'll just go to Cali because I know I'm going to be in the desert and all over. Oh, more than that. Bullhead, Kingman, Arizona, Colorado River. Yeah, Palm Spring, Riverside. Interesting. Cluster 5 markers. That looks to be somewhat like Bakersfield. Oh, there's Bakersfield. Temecula's probably here. Ridgecrest is there. Let's go with closer to LA. Let's see what we got. Lake Elsinore. Wow, that's a small lot right there. And there is like a lake. There used to be a military base nearby. Blythe, very hot, 0.09 acres. That's small. Agriculture, 0.09 acres. That's small too. These aren't very big. I think these guys must have started cutting these down or something, because they used to have like 20 acres, 30 acres. Look at this. They're not even Salton Sea. Forget about it. 0.2, 0.21, no acres. I think they started breaking these down, subdividing, because they don't have any 20 acres here. This is interesting. What happened to like the 20 acres, the 30 acres, the 100 acres? They said, you know what? We'll make them smaller, chop them up. Here's a half an acre at Palm Springs. Probably not Palm Springs, though. Probably nearby. Deming, New Mexico, off the freeway. Interesting. They still haven't built anything at Deming. But then again, what else is in New Mexico, right? Not much. That's off the freeway. I'm familiar with Deming. Tehachapi, knew that was in Cali. So again, we don't have these 20 acres anymore. Okay, we're getting up to 1 acre. Maybe they're saving the best for last. 2 acres. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Is this unreasonable? $279 a month, not unreasonable. 2 acres, 2 acres. All right. This is interesting. 2 acres. This is Cali, though. So, again, don't mess around in Cali unless you know there's water and electricity coming to it. And sewer. Because septic systems are fickle. And they could cost you an extra $20,000 to $40,000 or $50,000. So you have to know what you're doing if you're going to do something crazy, being in the middle of nowhere. All right. Well, it looks like we're getting larger acreage, but it's taking forever. 5 acres. Here we go. Oh, 29 Palms. That's where military bases are. Don't mess around there, really. But San Bernardino, sure enough. Apple Valley, 5 acres. All right. 10 acres. Here we go. Oh, hot places, ladies and gentlemen. All hot. The world's getting hotter. This is not a good spot, but good spot for solar, though. I will say that. Here goes 40 acres. Chambers, Arizona. Lake Havasu City. That's a recreational area in case people do not know about it. London Bridge Resort. Pretty cool place to stay, even though I hope they upgraded it, but it's right there on the little river out to the lake. That's where everybody likes to park their boats. It's pretty cool. The party zone is there. London Bridge Resort at Lake Havasu, 39.92. Now, no lake in sight, so it is what it is. But another 40-acre site potential. So there you go. $649 per month. They're getting crazy. $749 a month. Agricultural, residential, minimum of 36 acres. So everybody has 36 acres or more. But once again, without water, electricity, and some sort of sewer situation, I wouldn't mess around unless you have a plan. Now, prices, I forgot to look. 40 acres, $579 a month. Agricultural, $809 a month. $649 a month. Agricultural, residential. That has potential if there's water, sewer, or garbage coming by. But this is how developments could be made. I'm not saying live there, though. It's just good to visit for a few days. All right. Let me know what you guys are thinking. All right. Because that gets you no credit checks, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. All right. Professor Auntie Val says, may not be here Wednesday. Tomorrow's my birthday. Well, happy early birthday to you, Auntie Val. And I plan to celebrate right on, as you should. Very, very cool. George's Charles is in the house. Another one of those emerging millionaires is here. He was tied with the record with 4 properties in the DR. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to his name. And he says it. Happy birthday, Auntie Val. That's how we do it. Thank you, sir. From Professor Auntie Val, Vector Marrero at Auntie Val. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great day Wednesday. Great day Tuesday, I believe, because it's tomorrow. Thank you, my friend, says Professor Auntie Val. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you guys are thinking. Happy birthday, Auntie Val from Jawway J, the professor, getting plenty of love, ladies and gentlemen. So go over there, show some more love on her birthday. by providing an order for beachfrontjava.com. Go over there. Make sure you let them know you're from SSN Nation, the SSN fam, because then you get 10% off for every order thereafter. For life and free shipping in the lower 48 states. How beautiful is that? All right. So we're talking about start your own business. So now we have different twists on it, right? Start your own business. You can actually start your own land business. What I mean is you might have to come up with something that you can help people. There's been plenty of people that have called me over time. And one guy in particular who invest in, they invest in different little businesses. And he says, hey, I want to help the homeless people. And I'm like, well, how are you going to do that? He's like, well, I was thinking about, buying some homes and older homes, fixing them up, and then letting the homeless people live there, come up with a plan to help them live there. And I was like, well, what is this, out the kindness of your heart? You're just going to build this stuff out of your own cost and do it for free? I was like, that's going to be very pricey. He's like, no, I have a plan where I could get some reimbursement from the city, state, or whatever. I was like, fine. The problem, though, I said, you're going to have to buy homes, and he's in California. So even rundown homes are going to cost you $500,000, $600,000. I was like, at that price, why don't you just get something like out in the desert? Or I call it the desert, but it's really not the desert. I mean, there's shops, there's restaurants, there's grocery stores, there's malls and all that. But, once we get out to Riverside County, San Bernardino County, I call that desert. But they have cities out there. So why don't you go out there and just get yourself like 40 acres? And if you buy 10 homes at the prices in Cali, you're going to be spending somewhere between $5.5 and $6 million. I was like, well, why wouldn't you just get some tiny homes that you can buy for a couple $100,000 or not even that? And you can just get 10 of those, 20 of those, and then have everything plumbed up. If you want to help the homeless people, that way they have their own showers. Everybody has their own rooms. They have their own quarters and things like that. And do it that way. And have your own little mini city if you get like 40 acres. I was like, he's like, I didn't even think of that. I said, yeah, you can just go down here and get some acreage for like 30 grand. And then you can actually put it in writing, pre-construction, put it in writing and say, this is what I want to do. I want to get these tiny homes. This is going to cost $25,000 each. I want 50 of them. $1 million. Now I go get my funding guys to say, hey guys, who wants to join in the fun on this? What bank is going to give me a loan? So then I can go out here and get what I need to build these properties. And then I'll get investors to join in based on how much money I'll be able to recoup from the federal government, state governments for helping people, veterans included. All I'm saying. So he's like, I don't know if he ever did it, but that's what we were talking about. All right. And you can do it. I'm just giving an example, but that gives you several different things that you can think about. And I always give the one story that I've told many, many times. I did the land auction today. And once again, I have to name drop a little. It's only slight. But there was a famous singer named Ray Charles. He passed away. And the only reason it's relevant is because I'll give you the story that I've told before. I was at the land auction. And as you can see, I was in the commercials. They used to do their infomercials late night, so then people would come to the auction. So that was one of the trailers that they would run every 10 minutes or 8 minutes. That's the trailer, right? So for their 30-minute or an hour long, that means it ran probably 6 times, right? Every 10 minutes, every 8 minutes. So when I come to the auction, the guy sees me at the auction, but I don't even know I was on the TV stuff. So I'm just bidding on stuff. I usually get 2 or 3 pieces of property minimum. The highest I ever got was 10, which was crazy. But I got like 2 or 3 normally. And so this time I'm in Irvine and he's sitting there in the audience again. But I talked to him months earlier over in by Universal, when it was at Universal Sheridan is when they had one. So in LA. So now he comes up to me and he says, hey man, I seen you at the other one when we were at Universal. And he tells me I'm trying to get some acreage and the guys outbid me and all this stuff. So I told him, no, you never bid on the first 2 or 3 that come up because they have like 5 or 6 of them. You bid, but don't try to win them. Even if you don't want, especially if you don't want them, you just bid because you're getting the rest of the guys out the way because they look at you and go, oh, he must want it. So they got to outbid you. So then they outbid you, of course. Just make sure you're in early. Somebody's going to outbid you. So he bids the price up. The people win. The people win on the second one, third one. Well, when he came out to Irvine, that's when he finally actually pulled the trigger because his wife was always going, why do you want this stuff out in the middle of the desert? But anyhow, it's the David. His last name, of course, is not Charles, but his son, Ray Charles' son, is David. He comes up to me and tells me the story. You know, he says, yeah, man, they just made a movie or whatever. And Dave. And I said, yeah, man, I remember I talked to you at Universal briefly. He goes, yeah. He goes, I remember you were so nice and everything. I actually brought you something. I was like, what are you talking about? I help out everybody. He's like, no, I brought you. I do some DVD stuff and I have some historical DVDs. And he literally said, hold on, don't leave. I don't know if I ever told this part of the story, but he says, don't leave. So I'll give you the end and I'll see you in the garage afterwards. And I said, okay, fine. But in the meantime, he gets up and he's all happy and comes up to me and says, man, I finally did it. I got my 40 acres in the desert. And I'm like, yeah, but does it have easement? He goes, yeah, I went according to what you said. You said have an easement. And then I said, well, what about electricity? He goes, this is it. I don't need water. I don't need electricity. I just need the easement. And so I was like, what do you mean? And he says, because I'm making a recreational park out there. And I was thinking, damn, I never even thought about that. He's like, yeah, the motorcycle jumps, the ATV, all this dirt stuff. I'm going to get a dozer out there or whatever and move up hills and mounds and they can do jumps and do all this stuff. And I'm going to actually have my own mini mart there. We're the ones that's going to be selling the water, the juice and all that. I said, oh, that's beautiful. He says, yeah, I'll just have a little solar panel so I can run a little bit of electricity while we're out there during the day. I was like, that's beautiful. Beautiful work, beautiful thinking. He says, yeah, the reason why I didn't do it all this time because the wife kept telling me you're crazy. Don't listen to that guy. You're crazy. He's like, but no, man, I pulled the trigger. I did it, man. I can't believe it. I was like happy as hell that he did that. So now we go out to the car. After this is all over, he's like, hey, man, make sure you come. And he starts, like I said, he starts giving me these DVDs. They're historical World War II, Vietnam, all kind of stuff from historical records, not from family, but from U.S. history. And they're in DVDs and in what you call those packages where they're special. So, you know, commemorative or collectors or whatever. He gave me all kind of stuff. I still have it to this day. I never even opened them. That's how crazy it is because he's like, they're collectibles. I was like, what? Okay. So I don't even know if there's a value or anything, but I just thought it was very interesting that from what I've been doing this whole time, I never did on video, but I tell people what to do. And these guys are like, hey, here, get this. I got this for you because you were helping me out. So it's kind of funny how it all works, how it all goes around. Good karma, ladies and gentlemen. Let's celebrate Auntie Val's birthday by buying some beachfront Java on Wednesday morning, SSN Nation. That's it exactly. I like that, Jaway J. Except I got to clarify. Oh, it is going to be on Wednesday. That's why she said she wasn't going to be here probably on Wednesday. I think that's how this all started. For me, I thought her birthday was tomorrow. So, yes, I like that, Jaway J. All right. Thank you, my dear. From Jaway J. Let's celebrate Auntie Val's birthday by buying some beachfront Java on Wednesday morning. SSN Nation. I like that. I like it. And everybody, if you see this on replay, I'm putting it in the chat room, beachfrontjava.com. So make sure you go out there and it's more important that you do the SSN Nation, SSN Lifestyle, SSN Fam notification to let her and her family know when they're getting that order. They'll go, oh, this guy gets 10% off for the rest of his orders for life. And if you live in the United States, that free shipping. Go over there and check it out. And also, don't come up with excuses. She's got it all. She's got the K-cups. If you got that Keurig, she's got the fine drip. If you like that espresso, she's got the drip ground for regular coffee. And they have so many, she has many different blends, notes. And then She has whole beans. Premium blends, ladies and gentlemen, with a Ziploc bag to keep it always fresh. And it tastes good. All right. So just letting you know. Okay. So I was right. It is tomorrow. All right. That's what I was thinking. It is tomorrow, but she's going to make her celebration tomorrow. There we go. I thought when he said Wednesday, I was like, hold on. Is it Wednesday or tomorrow? It was tomorrow. So I did read it right. Thank you for clarifying. So Jaway J, we're going to have to clarify. So tomorrow morning, since it's her birthday, everybody got to go order yourself some beachfront Java. Well, you can order tonight too, and then just say happy birthday in the, in the comments or the promo code or something. So then that way she would know you're from SSN Nation, right? All right. So get your orders in like now, ladies and gentlemen, while the pricing is still great, starting at $19.95. Can't be beat. Then let's get the orders going today. SSN Nation, there we go, Joey. Exactly. Let's just start it tonight. Everybody get your order in, please. Show some love. She's an entrepreneur. She's making things happen. She always helps us here with crypto and other business opportunities and the ways she thinks as well. So let's go show some love, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Love you, fam. There you go. She shows the love, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, let's get back into it. Earn 10% or more annually with the stock market. We have any stock market beginners here? Are you afraid? Are you out here studying? Are you out here wasting time? There's nothing to study, ladies and gentlemen. If somebody tells you, just like a bank, if they told you, hey, man, come and get your 15% annually, are you going to sit there and study? Or are you going to sit there and go down there and go, hey, man, how can I get this? They go, oh, man, give us your $1,000. We'll put it in a CD if that's the vehicle. Here's a CD. Oh, and by the way, it's liquid all the time. You can just, if you want to ever stop, you can stop. That'd be sweet, right? What's the difference? That's the stock market. It's liquid. If you want to sell your stock and take your money out, you can do it. Now, I used a CD. A CD is going to be locked. They're going to tell you have to keep it for a year or whatever, or 2 years possibly. 15% though. What is there to learn about? Nothing. I couldn't believe when somebody says I have to learn, and when you have 15%, 10%, there's nothing to learn. You're earning 10% on your money. But you're not going to be afraid to go down and put your money in a savings account that earns you 4%. It's the same thing. What are you going to do? Study? That's ridiculous, right? You're just going to take your money down and buy it and say, hey, here's my money. I want that 10%. I want that 5%. I want that 4%. There's nothing more to study. Now, if you want to study Fundrise, if you want to study some other stuff, that's fine, because you should, because you have to read the fine print, because that fine print on these REITs, whenever you're in one of these programs, they start telling you, well, we manage the property, so we're going to take our 1% management fee. And then they're going to say other stuff that's crazy. They'll start taking another fee for something else. And then all along, they never told you that they bought the property originally for $10 million, but they sold it to your investment trust, you, for $13 million. So their company already made $3 million off the bat. Then they're telling you 1% management fees. I'm just saying that's not Fundrise, but they do have management fees. But there's other people that have fees for, you're paying 2% a month. They're taking off in their pockets. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. All right, just keeping those things at hand. Now, stock market. Make sure you get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull down below in the description box. There's Robinhood and Webull. And if you want 5% APY, Wealthfront. If you want somebody to manage your money for free, well, then you're going to have anywhere from $500 to $4,900. And you want somebody to manage it for free, Wealthfront. Go check them out, ladies and gentlemen. Wealthfront. The link is down below. I'd appreciate if you use our links, of course, because, you know, they're affiliate links. Let's call it what it is. All right. Let me know. Now, we aren't going to be as long as we normally are, because this is just short topics these days. But whenever we start talking about earn 10% or more on the stock market, we have to continue to talk about a few more, right? So what I'm going to do is, there's some that I missed. I talked about ARR. I talked about AGNC. I talked about JEPI and JEPQ, which aren't even REITs. We talked about IEP, the Charles Icahn Group. We talked about ORC. But you know what we haven't talked about? One of our comebacks. We've been here for 5 years. MVO, ladies and gentlemen. It's an oil trust. And who can figure 16% dividends? Yes, an oil trust. 16.78%. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? At $12.75 per share? How does that sound? I think that's pretty good. Let me know what you think. And of course, there could always be others because that's how we do it around here. Just letting you guys know there's several different. I'll do also another one. They're not going to be as high as these, though. This is kind of high. We'll go with NLY. How about that? NLY. Just going off the top. These are mostly REITs. Annaly, Capital Management, 13.62. Not bad, right? So again, over 10% is what you want. Do your own due diligence. Make sure you check it out. Again, check it out. All right? Just don't take my word for it. There's Chimera, which is CIM, 13.7. All right? That's CIM. So you have Armor over here, AGNC, Annaly, and now we have CIM, which is Chimera Investment Corporation. And if you want something else that's really crazy, again, all these you have to study, not study, but you got to make sure this is up your investment strategy alley, because now I'm going to something. These are high risk in my opinions, but IVR, let's see, 15.38% dividend annually. This is the risk, right? This is the high risk maneuvers when the economy is kind of like fluctuating, when China is about to implode because, you know, they owe a lot of money. That's kind of wild. They employed the United States strategy of creating as much debt as possible to acquire a lot of crap. And unfortunately for China, they don't have a capitalist system where their citizens pay taxes like they do in America. So how are they going to get the money to pay for their debts is the million-dollar question. That means it could end very badly, which means it's going to end very badly for the rest of the world as well. Even though the United States is number one, but we rely on China. That's the problem. So that's why we need manufacturing back here in the United States ASAP. Just so you understand, we're not going to be able to have cheap products, but manufacturing should be back here. Jawway J, he's Johnny on the spot, just submitted my order from my favorite Island Time. The Island Time, man. I like it. He started it off for the night. Jawway J, thank you so much for starting it off so everybody else can follow suit, because some people already ordered like a couple of months ago when we initially started out with the startup, when she started the startup, and therefore all of you qualify for this order being 10% off. How about that? If you ordered before July 3rd using one of the codes, the SSN FAM code or SSN Lifestyle, then you are going to get 10% off this order. How about that? Is that pretty sweet? So think about that, ladies and gentlemen, and appreciate that order. I'm sure I'm speaking for Professor Auntie Val. I see it, sir. There you go. She says she sees it. I'm on it. There we are. Free shipping in the United States. So that's how we do it. Now, is that more than 10%, ladies and gentlemen? Substantially more. I've just given you, what is that, 5, 6, 7? I don't even remember now. But MVO was just added. CIM, NLY. And I'm trying to think of another one, which I can't. I'm just having a little block because I think it was NRZ. No, I don't think that's right, but we're going to search it. No, it's not NRZ. I can't remember. NLY. So those are the ones that you guys are going to get off the top of my head for today, but you can do your own research and find out some more. So hopefully that helps you out. I know some of you who've been here over the years, you've seen these before. There's not really anything new under the sun, but we have been earning. Oh, hold on. There's one last one. I got to go look at PSEC. That's the old standby. We're still earning 15% from 2020. And from there, it's up to 11.76 now. Prospect Capital. All right. It's up to 11.76, which is not bad. Once again, over 10%. We deliver. All right. You guys, you have to think about your dollars working for themselves. All right. So hopefully I've added a few more for everybody so we can get into any other subject matter that you want to get into. Remember, everybody that has an icon next to your name, you can always join me on screen, because under the community tab, you guys receive the link to come into the live stream. All right. Just until you know, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And oh, by the way, if you're new here, if you come on Wednesday at 8:50 p.m. for the live stream, just know only members with the icon like Jaway J, Professor Auntie Val, and everybody else, they're the only ones that can be in the chat room. Everybody can watch on Wednesday, but all right, ladies and gentlemen, my computer just shut down. So now I have to do laptop version. I mean, computer, the phone version, which is pretty wild, actually. This is rare, and it still hasn't booted back up. So maybe it was on I didn't know it was for a update or something. This is crazy. No warning, no nothing. But the show still goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing stops us. You know, when you have these little obstacles, you still have to keep going. Don't let anybody stop you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this is going to be a little different, but hey, why not? Make sure you smash the like button. And if you like what I'm talking about and what we are talking about here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell. That'd be greatly appreciated. All right, so you know what that means. Let's see here if I can put in a little promo. In fact, we were talking about one of the best residential real estate projects in the world. I might as well show one of the best. So let me see if I have a Larimar, which I do. It's 3 minutes, but I don't know which one this is. So here comes a Larimar video. In fact, I'm going to play more than one, I think. Yeah, I'm going to play more than one today. So check this out. Make sure you get in touch with Gwen. His phone number is WhatsApp is down below. Buy at Larimar. You will see Gwen's WhatsApp number. Make sure you let him know you are from SSN Nation. Eric sent you over there. All right, let him know. what you think about that. You saw Horizon View, you saw Prime Towers, you saw some of the projects and properties that they have. Now, I talked about this on Friday. I'm going to talk about it again. They showed tennis courts on the Instagram. No mention from Gwen. They are going to have a sports complex that's going to have tennis courts. That's not the problem. And I shouldn't use the word problem, but that's not the issue at all. They have tennis courts, but they wrote this. I actually have it so everybody can see it. I showed it on the screen, but check this out. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe this? Look at this. Come and discover the tennis paradise for ATP professionals. In case you don't know, ATP is a pro tour. They have different levels of ATP as well. But that is an actual professional tennis circuit, which means if you're going to have tennis courts, you're going to need several of them, because when they have 50 people showing up, you cannot just have one or two courts, because they're going to be running 3 sets. They generally play 3 sets in the ATP, not 5, even in the championship. So that means, and they have doubles. So you're going to have 25 to 50 teams playing singles as individuals or doubles as teammates. So you can't use like 3 courts. You're going to need more than that. Otherwise, you're going to take days to do this. All right. So that's very interesting, because I think in my head, we're going to need, like, 5, 7 at least. But notice what it says. In Larimar City, we have created a unique space for elite tennis lovers. Okay, that's nice. World-class courts. Well, I think they're going to have the asphalt courts, right? Our courts are designed to be the highest international standards. Get ready to play on perfectly maintained surfaces and enjoy a tennis experience like no other. That's a lot of talk. That's big time talk. By the way, when I searched for Dominican Republic and I was checking for the, let me see if I can put myself on screen. I don't know if I can. Oh, maybe we have delay. Oh, yes, I can. Okay, here we go. So I can put myself on screen, and let's see if I can do that. No, it's not working for me on my phone. Let's see. Maybe we can do it this way. No, still won't work. All right, so nonetheless, La Bocha and Santo Domingo apparently has a tennis club, and I was searching online, even on YouTube, nobody actually shows the club. So I thought that was kind of weird. So I don't know how many tennis courts they have or what the criteria is, but they host, in fact, one's upcoming, I believe next month, where they're hosting an ATP event in Santo Domingo at the La Bocha. I think that's what it was called, but I can't find out any other information. Now, notice the expert coaches. We have a team of professional coaches ready to help you perfect your technique and improve your game. That's cool. And then they're saying first-class facilities. You will find all the amenities you need to relax and unwind after an intense match. From a luxury spa to gourmet restaurants, we will pamper you at every turn. Don't miss the opportunity to live the elite tennis experience. That's a lot of talk in my book. I'm kind of like, I need clarification, because that's some big time talk. All right? Let me know what you guys think. Again, this is no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry, real estate investing. You can put down 10%. 1 bedroom start at $94,000. 2 bedrooms start at $140,000, $150,000. They have Horizon View, Prime Towers, so all of that you can invest in. My computer's still down. It's not even coming up, so I think it's on a, that's bad news. Because I remember my computer went dead like 3, 4, 5 months back. I thought that the days were behind me. But nonetheless, may have to get a totally new system altogether. But all I'm going to say is that was pretty major in my book. And just to give a little bit more promo for Larimar, because I love it, I will do one more promo for Larimar, and then we can talk about any other subject matter that you would want to talk about. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to do this 1 minute one. Prices go up in October. Instant equity. All right. It's that simple. All right. Here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. That's the Larimar. That's the best, one of the best residential real estate projects in the world. So you can check it out. The latest video that I just dropped yesterday. Go check it out because there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. All right. Let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to discuss this evening because I'm going to pretty much wrap this up. Here we go. Oh, my man, Film Videos is in the house. I'm glad he's here. Whoa, maybe your computer went on a quick summer vacation. Exactly. Here we go. Oh, Film Videos. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hello, everyone. So, Eric, I just came back from Colombia. Are you kidding me? Let me tell you, Cartagena is amazing. That's what I've heard. Has anyone ever thought about investing in Cartagena? No. I mean, it's just like Punta Cana. The view. Yes, exactly. But no, I've never thought about going that far south. That's South America. Well, somewhat. Yeah, that is South America. So, no. And I know the prices are probably pretty close. Same almost climate, but Colombia is not on my radar. Somebody else's radar. So it's a good thing you mentioned it because, hey, this is where you can do international investments, which is a good mention. That is awesome. Does that mean you're going to be dropping a video? Let me know. Airbnb full, and I mean, it's hard to find availability. Yeah, I would imagine so. I wouldn't think there's that many units of Airbnbs in Colombia, especially Cartagena. Let me, that's very interesting. We'll have to check it out. Did you make videos out there? And welcome, Film Videos, to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. It's very nice to see you once again. And thank you so much for allowing me to use some of your videos for the drive-through at Vista Cana. That was always greatly appreciated. So I want to say that again since you're here. Let me know if you're going to be making a video, a drive-through or anything. Did you do that down there in Colombia? Let me know. Trust me, eye-opening experience. Oh, I know it's an eye-opening experience. It's one of the reasons why I never went down there. I'm just saying. I like to explore. Except I think if I explore like I normally would, I might get myself in a little bit of trouble not being in the right neighborhood at the right time. So that'll be very interesting. Yes, he did. Right on, man. So you're going to release that. So we're going to get some firsthand view of what's happening. Or are you going to make any video based on the property or any real estate or anything? Let me know that as well, because that'd be awesome to know about. But yeah, we have people that invest down in South America and Central America all the time. So, but again, yeah, I don't know what their, well, I don't know what their tourist numbers are or anything about Colombia because, again, that's not for the faint at heart. That's not for a person that just is going to go down there with one or two people and be off the beaten path. That's all I'm saying. That's not. It's kind of dangerous. It's one of the. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I wish my computer was up. I can't remember if Colombia was in the top 10 on that out of 100,000 residents murder rate. So it might be. That's all I'm saying. You got to be careful out there. All right. But thank you so much for mentioning that. I'll be looking forward to that video. And by the way, film videos is interesting. He has all of that. And now possibly Colombia added, which is pretty sweet. So go over there and show some love. He's under film videos. You can find him here in these YouTube streaks. All right. So show him some love, subscribe to the channel, get his numbers up and all that. That'd be greatly appreciated for him. Here we go. Ariam Kaye says we will need to look at the tourist number for Cartagena. Punta Cana have record high tourists. Exactly. And that's pretty much it. It's not so what it's based on for like you were saying, Ariam Kaye, is the tourist numbers. So if I know next year there's going to be 1 million more tourists come to the DR, if I know the year after that it's going to be another million, we're going to go from 8 million, we'll call it 7.8 this year. We'll be at 8.7 to 9 million next year. We're going to be at 9.5 to 10 million. And I'm talking about air passengers. I'm not talking about overall. Overall, we're going to no, I'm referring to air passengers only. All right. To all of the airports. And when they open up the other cruise terminal, what do they call it? Pedinal. And when they open up the airline over there, that'll be another international airport. So now you're going to have more people going to another part of the island. So we're clearly going to have 9.5 to 10 million air passengers coming into the DR in 2025. That's 2 more million than what's coming right now. That is going to be bananas. All right. And by the way, a lot of people do go to Colombia. So all I'm saying is, I don't know how many Airbnbs are there, but there's going to be quite a few Airbnbs in Punta Cana and all of Dominican Republic because it's building like wildfire in the Dominican Republic. So that is it. You need to invest where it's hot. At the end of the day, about the tourist number and opportunity. Exactly, Ariam Kaye. You have to. Why work hard when you don't have to? All you have to do is buy something and hold. Start your business, hold. Buy land and hold. That's all you have to do in the Dominican Republic right now. You will be making money 2 to 3 to 4 years later, easily. So you don't have to work hard for it. Versus a market that already has matured, you're going to have to work for it. So what we're talking about is, I'll use Orlando because that's where Disney is, or Anaheim. These markets have matured. So even though they're still building in both the Anaheim area and they're still building in, well, Irvine and all that, but the problem is they might have maxed out their tourist numbers. They're not having an extra 1 million or 500,000 people annually coming in. But now you have more people that have bought properties that are catered for short-term rental. And so now you flooded the market with the short-term rental. So now you're having a problem if you have an even or less than tourist numbers. And that's what's basically happening. We're talking about Vegas. I'm having the same problem in Vegas, Orlando, Texas, California. All of it's the same. My numbers are way down through Airbnb and all resort locations where people traditionally in the summertime, it would be like nonstop. But this year, not nonstop. All right. So just keep that in mind. Here's my take. Punta Cana is becoming a place to live and invest. Cartagena is a place to invest. Airbnb is super crazy. Cartagena is actually hot. I was there, I promise. Sometimes you need to see. Yes, but film videos, I know it's, when you mean hot, you mean the hot market, right? I don't doubt that. But again, we do more than just go by its hot market. So in other words, let me give you a perfect example. 2 years ago, you had all these gurus on YouTube saying, hey, go buy yourself a Airbnb. All right. So people started buying in the freaking desert because that's what these gurus are telling people. Oh, go to Palm Springs, go to Palm Desert, go to Indio. Just go out there and buy your $500, $700, $800,000 house. Why? Because you can make or $5,000. Yes, this is true. You can make that kind of money every month, but that's like January, February, March, and April. But when temperatures start being 110 and it turns into summer, hardly anybody comes out there. And then in the fall, somewhat starts people kind of coming back out there, but these people are holding $4,000 and $5,000 a month notes, and they have their real estate tax, and they generally have somebody manage it, so they have their 25 or 30% management fee coming off the top. And because it is hot, you're having electricity running. Then they told people, oh, well, since you don't have enough rentals out there, that's because you don't have bicycles, or you don't have a jacuzzi, or you don't have a pool. So then these guys go out and put a pool in, they do a jacuzzi. Now they spent more money. And then they find out, yeah, it was hot for a minute, but it's not hot now. They're having issues, right? So you have to be very careful. So what we try to do, or what I try to tell people to do, film videos, is yes, it might be a hot market, but you have to go with numbers. If you are planning on doing short-term rentals, you just can't go out there and say, yes, it's hot, but you have to know why it's hot. Is it hot because they put in some new infrastructure? Is the city a lot safer? I mean, there has to be a reason, sustainability, meaning, is it going to be hot this year? Is it going to be hot next year? Is it going to be hot the year after that, based on what they're doing now? So are they building an infrastructure, a real infrastructure? Are they beefing up their police force against the cartels? I mean, those are the type of things that people would be caring about, such as myself. Here we go with this. Okay, REM Kaye. One thing Cartagena has is a beautiful women, but again, we need to look at the number of tourist opportunities, how you can buy real estate. Punta Cana is very flexible to buy real estate. Yeah, film videos. Since you're talking about this, do you know if the property's deeded in Colombia? Because again, if we're talking Mexico, where we got to have trust and all this stuff, I'm not even down with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't like some other person in between. I want to have deeds cut and dry. So we need to know in Colombia, can you do deeds? Since my computer is off, we can't do it on demand right now, but let me know. All right, let me see, where's my I'm on the wrong end too. But anyhow, where's my camera at? I don't know. But nonetheless, he's like, I read this, we don't know the nuances, but for me, I'm like, he's like, I guess. I'm glad I also purchased in Punta Cana. Panorama Luxury too. Oh, look at him. He owns a Panorama Luxury. You guys know what that is. That's on the lake. That's on the freshwater lake, fishing lake at Punta Cana, inside Vista Cana. The number 2 project in my Punta Cana area region is Vista Cana. And so he already knows his property value is already increased. He knows that. And he knows he's going to be able to rent his out at a pretty decent rate. So, and I mean, if he's in Panorama too, then you guys have to understand. If he bought a 1-bedroom, I think it was, or a studio, I can't remember what they had to, but I think it was under 100 grand. 2 bedrooms were like 160, 165, something like that. I'm pretty sure by now, after 2 years, if he bought 2 years ago, I am pretty sure the prices are way higher than that, if there was even anything left to buy. So he's already a winner already. I will do the homework. Hey, film videos. I appreciate it, but you already know what's going to happen on Wednesday night, right? We're going to be running some numbers the next, as soon as I get off of here, if I had my computer up, we'd be finding out how many tourists are going to Cartagena, Colombia already. We would know the numbers. We would know the rankings. We would know what happened the last 2 or 3 years. So see if it's an upswing or if it's leveled off or if it's a downswing. So, Ariam Kaye, he did well buying in Panorama Luxury. Yes, he did. In fact, anybody who bought in Panoramas, you have done well, because you are able a few years ago, they were saying, if you own a Panorama Luxury and you want to go hang at the Panorama Lake by their pool, you can go. If you want to go in the Panorama Garden, Panorama Park, you can go. If you own it, any of the Panoramas, you can go use the amenities at the other Panoramas, which made it cool because all Panoramas have a cafe, have a little restaurant cafe, have pools, right? Some have multiple pools. Some have a family pool. Some, like Panorama Garden, has either a soccer field in it or an amphitheater in it. I don't know which one they ever chose. They have Zen Place inside Panorama Park and Panorama Garden that has its own yoga area, its fitness room, and its little cafe restaurant. That's all there at the Zen Place. And so anybody can use it, just like who owns in Panoramas, you can go use it. Panorama Lake also has a little cafe, bar, pool, and lake. You can go over there. And then Panorama Luxury has its own upstairs little atrium area that owners can hang out at, overlook the lake. Pretty cool. Underground parking at Panorama Luxury as well, which is pretty cool. All right, so just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. He says, I got one of the units with swim up. He's on the bottom. That's the most valuable one there, quite frankly. Very well done. Because the price was right when they first came out. Panorama Lake is almost done. It looks very nice. Oh, yeah. Panorama Luxury is awesome. It was awesome. It was worthwhile. By the way, Panorama Luxury 1 does not come with swim up, but 2 does come with. Yep. Yep. They are slightly different. Slightly different. And also, some people were able to turn a I can't remember if it was a studio or 1 bedroom, but some people were able to get a studio and a 2 bedroom to turn it into a 3 bedroom, or was it a studio and 1 bedroom? Either way, they were willing to put a door in between at no additional cost originally. So people were able to get an extra unit, even though you had to pay separately, but the door in between to make your unit a lock off or whatever, they would have set it up for you, which made it kind of cool. Made it real cool. Vista Cana Club is also almost done too. Yes, we'll be open in a month or so. Right. Perfect for prime time. When November, December rolls around, that Vista Cana Beach Club is sweet already. I love how it looks. It's open, it's airy, it's kind of nice. They have the kids' pool there. They have the big pool there right by the lake. Very nice, very nice, very well done. Very well done. Again, Larimar City is my #1 ranked resort, condo, hotel location. Bringing up to #2 is Vista Cana. It's knocking on the door to be #1 because of all the amenities they have, and it's looking beautiful. Go check out Film Videos drive-through. You'll see it. Or you can search the channel. He allowed me to use his drive-through video, so you can check out the drive-through at Vista Cana. It's sweet. And that was from a few months ago. Now you can imagine 2-3 months later what it's looking like. It's beautiful. Eric, my friend purchased a unit in Single One next to downtown. What do you think about that project? I've never heard of Single One, if that's what it's called. Never heard of it. Let me know what's the project called. I've never heard of this. Again, here's the way I feel about it. Downtown is one of those areas that if you buy a place down there, you get to, well, I don't even really know how to assess it as far as amenities, but here's the amenities the way I look at it. Some people are going to say the amenities are like the Cirque du Soleil if they're there, Coco Bongo, and the activities that happen at Coco Bongo. Some people are going to say that. Some people are going to say, I like the day club and the nightclub that's at Caribbean Lake Park. Some people are going to say the Dolphin Discovery. But see, me personally, I don't look at that type of thing as real amenities, but they are amenities. If you live there, you could say it's a walking distance. So for visitors, guests, and people who live there, you have the mall is right there. So that kind of, makes it cool to be downtown. But where I differentiate is I'm hoping they have a pool, which they should. I'm hoping they have a fitness center. Those are the least things that you can have. But are you going to have the basketball courts or the tennis courts or the sports courts? Are you going to have something else? The yoga spot? Are you going to have restaurant, cafe inside your secure gates? That's what I want to know. So people who come visit, they really don't have to go traipsing around going, you know what, I'm hungry and and I guess we got to go to the store, or I'm hungry. Let's go down over here to the restaurant and go eat. So that's what I'm looking at. That's the thing about downtown. You still have those amenities in a lot of places. So in other words, I can live in Bavaro, right? El Cortocito, Los Corrales. I can buy the same type of thing, but the thing is, I'm going to have a pool. I'm probably not going to have a restaurant, but in about 2 blocks or less, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a restaurant, right? So that's the thing. Those are the type of things that we're looking at. And I'll have the beach as well, close by. So that's why Oceana over in Los Corrales is special. They have their own man-made beaches. They have their own kids club. They have their own restaurants, because gastronomy tower. They have their own little movie or a theater. I don't know if it's going to be a movie theater, but they have a theater that they're building. They have their own little kayaks and all that within their project where people live on the water if you're on a lower level unit. They have a supermarket that they're going to build over there. So that brings the neighborhood up, way up. They have a fitness center. They have all of it. And that's pretty much the one. And that's why their price is skyrocketed. So when somebody says downtown, it all depends on what the price is. Single one hotel and residences. Haven't heard of that one. And can't look it up to go check it out. But what are the prices? And what are the amenities? That's all. Because again, if somebody's going to build a condo with pool, fitness center, and that's it, then again, I have nothing to say bad about buying a condo right now in downtown. But then why don't you just move yourself to Vista Cana? That's what I mean, you can still find almost the same price if for condos. They're not overly priced yet. The villas, they're off the charts at Vista Cana. But condos, you can still get reasonably priced. So for me, 1-bedroom swim up at Riviera Castagna, for instance, go see Nestor. His information is down below for Vista Cana, is $139,000. That's swim up. And you're in Vista Cana. And you're 5 minutes or less from downtown. But yet you have all the amenities that downtown doesn't have. Man-made beaches, Vista Cana beach clubs, 2 of them, 2 man-made saltwater beaches alone. Sports complex, no way. You're going to have to pay to go to the sports complex downtown. It's included at Vista Cana. So to me, I'd rather get something at Vista Cana before I just get a regular old condo project downtown. Because all the new complexes aren't going to have, they don't have a lot of territory. So we're going to find out. Maybe you can let me know how much the single one hotel and residences cost. But I'm hoping the single one hotel isn't the name that they changed the name, because remember, there's a Palace. There was a thing called Palace Suites Hotel and something residences as well. And as it turns out, it sounded like they're going to be a condo hotel versus residences or condos and people living. So hopefully that's a different one, but I haven't heard of this single one yet. Hotel, I kind of like. Residences, what are we talking about? Villas? Are we talking about condos? Alta Vista Village in Punta Cana, there near Cruise on Land in Larimar City. I've seen Alta Vista Village, but isn't Alta Vista Village doesn't have that many amenities as I recall. And the prices aren't that cheap as I recall. But they better be cheap if they don't have that many amenities, because you still have to deal with, if it's out by Larimar, remember a 1-bedroom at Larimar is $94,000. 2 bedrooms, if somebody canceled, you can get one for $130,000, $140,000. I mean, I'm just saying it's hard to beat. And on Vista Cana, it's hard to beat. $178,000 at Riviera Castagna for a 2-bedroom on the 2nd level with a balcony, right? So let's see what we got. Here we go. That's the Alta Vista project. Sorry, since I'm on my phone, I can see the messages a lot easier. There we go. Single one. He paid $125,000. So that means it's a 1-bedroom, right? I'm pretty sure he has a 1-bedroom, because that would make sense. A studio might be That I don't know if 125 will get you a 2-bedroom though. But if it does, then that would indicate to me that there aren't that many amenities other than a pool, maybe a tennis court or something. I don't know. But if it's in, yep, it's a 1-bedroom, he said. Yep. This is where we're at. Congratulations for everybody who bought their 1-bedrooms inside Vista Cana downtown for under 100,000. Some people were lucky enough to get stuff at 79 grand, 70 grand, 80 grand, 50 grand for studios. And now 1-bedrooms are 125 downtown. That's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Eric, overall, next year will be very exciting since many projects be on their final phase and some more than 50% completed. It will definitely start to take shape for how the future will look. Yes, exactly. 2024, Vista Cana is going to be like, out there. Downtown is going to have a lot of projects done. It's going to be awesome. With more to come, they'll start some other ones right now. And so those are going to be real nice, plus a lot of other projects, Primaveros, everything from 10 minutes away from downtown into downtown. There's going to be a lot of projects. In the Breezes area are going to have their little villas and townhomes finished, even though I'm not really a big fan of being in that area because, again, amenities matter to me. But from an investment standpoint, but nonetheless, you guys can already see prices are going up, right? You can see that, right? Beautiful. Prices are going up. 125 for 1-bedrooms. So people can already figure before their 1-bedroom is finished. 1-bedrooms are 150. By the way, 1-bedrooms are 150 in phase 3 at Ensaya. How crazy is that, right? We're getting it 185, 183 for 2-bedrooms at Ensaya at Aldea Park. They still have put a lid on the amenities at Aldea Park because that could be major. If they have amenities other than a clubhouse and a pool and a tennis court and a paddleball court or whatever, we need more amenities in this. Because downtown, there is not one project yet that has a mega project in it. That is not, Vista Cana is Vista Cana. Larimar's Larimar. Cruise on Land is Cruise on Land. Where's the one downtown that's going to have something special? They have that new project that is like blocks, and then it looks like it's going to have a town square, and then underneath it looks like they're going to have restaurants or stores and things like that throughout, like a plaza, almost like an old school Mexican plaza, which is kind of cool. That'll be very interesting. So we're going to find out later. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up. You know why? Because I'm on my phone. That's why things are all helter-skelter. My computer went on the blitz. I don't know why. It's lit up, but it's sitting there, so that indicates that it's probably booting, doing some background. I don't know yet. Central Park was less than half for 1-bedroom. Now the prices are getting crazy. Yes, Central Park was. You could have bought a studio for 50,000 in phase 1. We had Mr. Horacio on, and everybody had an opportunity to get that studio unit. And he's right. You could have done serious damage. And now, since they started getting their units together, phase 3 or 4, it's crazy. Here we go. Paul Castillo is back. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. All right, let's see. What's better option to purchase? 2-bedroom, 2-bath in Vista Cana or Larimar Prime Tower? Come on, man. Come on. Come on, man. Come on. Don't do this to me. There is no better option. Because the problem is you can't go wrong either way. Either one. Take your pick. But I will say this. Riviera Castania, 2 bedrooms, 178,000 right now. That's on a second level, third level. 2-bedroom at Sabana, which has the equestrian center inside Vista Cana. 196,000 gets you a 2-bedroom there. Now, you can get a 2-bedroom for less at Larimar City, but keep in mind the 2-bedroom will be smaller per square meter. Unless you decide to get the 2-bedroom that's on the side when they combine the 2 1-bedrooms, and now that one's 185,000. So if you want to be in the same ballpark, it doesn't matter. Vista Cana, like I said, they're doing things that is awesome. So it's number 1 is Larimar, number 2 is Vista Cana with a bullet. Because if you see the drive-throughs at Vista Cana, it's beautiful. Beautiful. And Vista Cana is doing the same thing. They're going to have the sports complex, except their sports complex has a sports bar and deli. And they set up their soccer field, according to the renderings, that's going to have stands so people can come and watch. They're going to have tennis courts, and they're talking about having tennis lessons, just like they're talking about having horse riding lessons. They have the 9-hole golf course. Larimar has an 18-hole golf course. So it all depends on your lifestyle or what you're trying to do. Either way, you can't go wrong. But see Nestor down below in the box. If you're going to buy in Vista Cana, talk to Gwen down below in the box if you're going to go to Larimar. Let them know you're from SSN Nation, both of them. So again, I couldn't tell you which one. It's all up to your specs. What are you trying to do? How do you feel? But I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I just think the upsides are at Larimar and Vista Cana. You just can't go wrong. So I don't know how to tell you because I love both of them. Remember, I originally owned at Punta Cana Panorama Garden. All right. But for me personally, I have this fetish, this little fetish about luxury upscale. Not saying Vista Cana isn't, because that's what it looks like to me, like they're doing a very nice job making it look like luxury and a little upscale too. But at the same time, I just like there's a thing such as social media. There's a thing such as when somebody says there's going to be a boardwalk that's like, even if they said it was 1 mile, that would be crazy. Even if they said it's 2 kilometers, right? That would be crazy. But to do all of the things that they say they're going to do in this location, that's what puts it a little bit ahead of Vista Cana. But Vista Cana, I have a feeling, could join the number 1 club because we can have 1A and 1B. And if they do something, and I guess I keep telling people about this, I'll just tell you right now, this will be a sneak peek, right? So on a couple of renderings for Vista Cana, people don't know, but I'll tell you now, I've seen water park. I saw water park, but nobody talks about it. So I don't know if that's going to be a thing. If they do a water park, that gets them right next to Larimar. So I'd have to count them both number 1s. Because that water park, they have equestrian. But if they throw in a water park and they have the Vista Cana beach clubs, the 2 of them, they have 2 man-made beaches, which they will have. But if they throw in a water park, damn, that would change the game. But yeah, in one of the renderings, like I said, about 6, 7, 8 months ago, they had a water park over by on the other side where Primavera 4, right in that area along the fence. Well, not really along the fence line, but in that section where they haven't built yet, there was like a freaking water park out there. And I was like, if they do that, I have to come back to Vista Cana and pay an extra 20, 30 G's. Well, I'd have to do that relatively soon. All right. So hopefully I'm not going to help you much on that, Mr. Castillo, because they're both sweet. You can't go wrong with either one. Ariam Kaye says he chooses Vista Cana all the way. Yeah, exactly. Victor Morel, good job in adjusting to your phone. You always have to be prepared for plan B. Yes, sir. Exactly, man. Yes, thank you very much, Victor Morel. That's how it goes, right? We always have to have a plan. Some way, somehow. Victor Morel, I am a believer of going for the largest 2-bed unit. Both places have the amenities. Yes, that's a very good point as well. The larger 2-bedroom would be at Vista Cana because at Riviera Castagna, those are 90 square meters. And I believe at Sabana, their 2 bedrooms are similar, either 90 or 100 square meters. So 1,100 or 1,000 square feet versus at Prime Towers, you're only at 792 square feet. But the terraces are 250 square feet. So the terraces are bigger, but the extra 200 square feet in livable space is made. So I have to agree with that. So again, it's how you feel and why you're investing. So again, you can't go wrong with that type of mindset as well, especially when number one and number two are so close. Because this Larimar doesn't have a question. All right. So that's if you like horses and that type of thing, they don't have that. And they do have an 18-hole golf course that's going to be at Larimar. They have a 9-hole at Vista Cana. They have 2 man-made beaches where they're going to have a boardwalk, 3-kilometer boardwalk of man-made beaches and pools and stuff. So it's kind of like you have to go with what vibes you really like, and you're going to have to substitute, right? I'm not very happy at 792 square meters for a 2-bedroom in the Prime Towers. Horizon View, though, they're 1,100 square feet, but they cost $233,000. So those are the type of things you have to think about, right? But Victor Morero has very good points. More square footage, always a winner. Here we go. Yahweh J says, Paul, I will do Vista Cana. There we go. See, other people have their points of views. There we go. Yes, Urbe Vista does have a furniture package, which is another great project inside Vista Cana because they have amenities, the cigar bar, the mini golf, just like Riviera Castagna has the mini golf. They have it. They have a little cafe there, as I recall. So, which is the same as Riviera Castagna, similar type things. So, but Urbe Vista or Urbe Cana, I can't remember which one is which, but the 2 bedrooms are on a lower level. The studio units are up top. They did an inversion. Smaller units up top to make it look like a Mayan temple, right? So anyhow, but yeah, they should have a furniture package. If somebody knows, maybe they will. We will see. I know I mentioned this a while ago, but I'll say it again. If you bring your contract to the Vista Cana Business Center, they will give you your pass. No longer need to say I'm going to restaurant. Right on. Yes, you did mention that before. Bring your contract. So everybody that owns a Vista Cana, you can get in the gate right now as long as you go to the Vista Cana Business Center, bring in your contract. They'll give you a pass and go. You can go through. I'm going to restaurant. No longer need to say I'm going to restaurant. Cool. Awesome. Here we go. Let's see what they say. Paul, no, Urbe Vista does not have a furniture package. I have a unit there. Ariam Calle, they should have one. That's interesting. So you can rent out. They're not going to have a management company. That would be cool. Well, actually, I'm kind of warming up to having a management company. I just don't want to have restrictions. I don't want to hear we can only go 10 plus or minus whatever our rate is. I want to have it open. Your rate's too low, I want to charge more. Your rate's too high, I want to charge less. And in fact, I don't even really care what somebody else is charging. I just basically go by how much I need to make, which is actually what I look at. I say, okay, I'm trying to rent out, 25 nights a month, 20 nights a month, then the price needs to be this. If I don't really care about renting out that much, then my price will be on the higher side. So that's what I go by. And quite frankly, remember, I have condo timeshare hotels, so it's a little different. I'm going back into having just a standalone unit that I'm going to have a management company probably handle. So therefore, I'm going to look at it slightly different. I'll probably say, hey, we need to rent this out because I'm not going to be controlling it in essence, and I'm going to be dealing with everybody as a management company. So this is going to change things a little bit, but we should have enough occupancy either way because I'm not looking to do 30 days a month. As long as I do my 20, that's the number I need. That's what we're going to price it for. So that's all I care about. Paul, no Urbe Vista. Paul, Urbe Vista is a great project. Yes, it is a great project. I've done a video on Urbe Vista as well. So you can search the channel, it'll pop up, but that was almost a year and a half ago at least, maybe 2 years ago. So nonetheless, it's a great in fact, the projects inside Vista Cana, they're very smart. They said, hey, we're going to have restaurants. We're going to have pools. We're going to have swim-up bars. We're going to have mini golf. We're going to have walking trails. We're going to have sports. Very, very smart. And that's why I say you got to look and go by what you feel is the best for you. And unit sizes are pretty much all slightly different. The units are smaller in prime towers, I will admit. Again, I'm not very happy because I even tried to talk these guys into adding about 5 square meters or so, which is it's not that much, right? 15 square meters, so they'd be in the 800s, right? So, I tried. I said, hey, add about 5 square meters. He's like, no, it's going to cost an extra few thousand per square meter. I said, yeah, but see, I'll be willing to bet you nobody cares about an extra 4,000 or 5,000 if you said there's going to be about another 20 square feet or something, right? I mean, or 15 square meters. I mean, that's crazy. Nobody's going to care about that. So they would gladly pay an extra 3 or 4 grand for that. But we will see. We're still working on them, ladies and gentlemen. They're still making things happen, preparations, because they're starting to talk kind of a little spicy. Talking about ATP professional tennis courts, ATP professionals and professional tennis players are going to teach people. I'm like, hold on now, man. Hold on. Where's that food court at? Where's that locker room at for the tennis players and all that? I mean, come on. I know you have a country club over by the golf course, but that golf course is not going to be by the sports complex. Well, what I mean is it'll be by there, but it's not close enough. In other words, what I mean is you walk from the tennis court and 50 feet to 75 feet away, there should be a clubhouse somewhere, right? For the tennis players, if you're going to be sweating, holding tournaments, they got to go and take showers, do what they want to do, prep for the game. That's what I would be thinking. All right. So there you go. That's Mr. Castillo. It's up to you. It's your call. There's a few projects, but you don't want to keep waiting. You don't want to keep looking because you're going to run into the same thing, especially when you start talking about Vista Cana and Larimar. You pretty much know where they are. Larimar's on a ridge, further outside of town. Vista Cana, that project is less than 5 minutes once you hit the gate to downtown. And they have similar amenities, give or take on each side of the fence, what's important to you. And the units are larger. As Victor Marrero said, he likes the extra square footage, which a lot of people should. But what's the pricing and all that? It all depends on what you're trying to do. And Urbe Vista, Riviera Castagna, Sabana, those are going to keep you in the same 2-bedroom price categories. Even Seven Palms, which is across the street from the beach, the second man-made beach, that also has amenities and a clubhouse. They're around 150, 160 if it hasn't sold out yet, maybe even more now because they should be in phase 2. Their villas are off the charts in the 300s. So, again, there's a lot of things that you can be checking out, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay. We're going to wrap this up. So I want to thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. And I'm going to probably play one more promo since I did do the challenge. Let me see. The challenge was Larimar. So let me play another Larimar video. Let's see here. Do I have a third? I don't know if I do. I played. No, that's not it. Okay, I do have one more. You guys have seen this one before, though. I don't really want to play one most people have seen. I don't know what this one is here, but it's not Larimar. Oh, okay. This is going to pretty much end it for the day, but here goes just a little promo. Check it out, ladies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there goes another one. But hey, like we said, number one, Larimar, which you just saw. Number two, Vista Cana on my list of 1 through 5. But number one and number two. And also, I should say in my top 5 also is the Atlantida, which is very nice, except their prices have already escalated. If you want a 2-bedroom there, they're in the 200,000. No way around that. So I don't know what to tell you. So that's all I can talk about. Those are the top. Well, I don't know if it's, yeah, that was the top 3 on my list for when I did my last top 3 projects. Atlantida's in there because they have a sports complex, they have an amphitheater, they have a commercial zone, they have a lazy river that goes throughout, they have man-made beaches, they have yoga areas. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, and it's by Kathmandu, and it's walking distance to the ocean. They're about 1.5 kilometers away, I think it was, from the ocean. So again, that's a very nice project and damn near sold out. Every time they opened up River Island, it was 159, I believe it was. It was 159,000 for a studio or 1 bedroom. I can't remember off the top of my head. That's a nice project, and they have lots of amenities. So restaurants as well, hotel on site as well. So it's pretty cool. Larimar has hotels on site as well. So one thing Vista Cana decided not to do was put a hotel there. But either way, with or without the hotel, Vista Cana's sweet. Okay, especially since owners and guests get to use all amenities with no additional cost. That was a gray area about a year ago. All right, but not anymore. You get to use everything as an owner and guest except for the golf course. And of course, if you're going horseback riding or trying to use the equestrian center, you're going to pay extra for any of that. But going to the beach clubs, going to play at the sports complexes, walking trails, cycling, running trails, fitness, wellness center, all included. It's pretty cool, right? So just think about that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to wrap this up tonight. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Make sure you have smashed the like button. And if you like what I've talked about tonight, please join us on Wednesday night live stream at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And smash the like button again and subscribe to the channel. That'd be greatly appreciated. Show some support because, you know, we've been doing this for a while. We're helping people. Everything we talked about for these pre-construction projects that I showed was Larimar. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. You just need 10% down payment, 30 or 40% over the next 2 to 3 years, 0% interest while you're making your down payment. Beautiful. You're putting your skin in the game. And then you will need some sort of credit, or you will have to pay it off full cash when it's on delivery. Just so you know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. That's why we talk about stock market investing. That's why we talk about real estate investing, because you have to get your assets now while the getting is good. And this way, the assets will provide a lifetime of love, lifetime of passive income, lifetime of hard-working income as well. Because don't think it's just going to be completely passive. You are going to get those calls from the management company saying, hey, this refrigerator broke. Hey, the plumbing went out. Hey, this person checked out and left the place a mess, holes in the wall potentially. You will have to have a little bit of input, but nonetheless, somebody else can manage it, and make sure you keep that little fund on the side for maintenance out of the profits. Keep that little maintenance fund there. So if something does happen, you already have it tapped. Management knows you can just spend up to $500. You don't need to call them. All right? Or $250, whatever you want to say. All right? So nonetheless, just letting you know, we make it happen here. We hope to help you to make decisions on how to improve your financial lifestyle the old-fashioned way. You earn it. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's hard out here. So you always have to be safe. Those at the DR, please be safe. Don't mess around with tropical storms or hurricanes. Make sure you have everything locked down. Make sure you put yourself in a safe environment the best way you can. We'll be praying for you to make sure nothing happens over there. And with all that said, keep your head up.
keep moving, and I'm out.